What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dr. Splash. Make sure to check out Spawn vs. Swamp Thing, the final answer, if you have not done so already. Just dropped it last night. Now, this is a video I feel like I'm obligated to make because there's not that many characters in power scaling that concern me. And when I say concern, I'm like, I just don't know how I feel about them in terms of I just forever think they're a little more dangerous than we give them credit for. That is exactly how I feel about Reverse Flash. And some of his newer stuff is downright terrifying. He's always been OP. But we're going to talk about today why the new Flash scaling, or Reverse Flash scaling rather, is horrifying. Smash the like button if you love content like this. Make sure to join the anti-screep by subscribing. And without further ado, let's begin. Now, Reverse Flash, by proxy of being who he is and who his main enemy is, has always had fantastic scaling. I mean, he is someone who has essentially been his own living timeline that rivals the Speed Force. Okay, he's going against someone who is the GOAT when it comes to the Speed Force, whether Barry or Wally. He's going against these absurd characters. And while he's always contended with the Flash family, he's been able to put the hands on Superman, Wonder Woman, and other higher tier Justice League characters. The more recent stuff to me has just definitively made him one of the most terrifying villains in fiction. First of all, there's the newer story where he was damaging the Source. The Source was openly worried about Reverse Flash. And I personally hold the notion that the expansion of DC's cosmology, the fact that everything got infinitely bigger, obviously the omniversal forces like the blue, the red, things such as the green, and then you see things like the Speed Force, emotional spectrum, all those things got stronger. Okay, they just did. I mean, look at Aquaman right now, absolutely balling out of his mind. And Reverse Flash is no exception. He had that big moment where Dr. Manhattan cooked him, still came back, but he's still in the pocket, okay? It's absurd. Now, that's cool and all, coming back from that, still being a character after getting fried by DC Manhattan when he came on board, a character that was essentially taking on everything up until the story of Superman. Then he was like, all right, that's ridiculous. But regardless, that was impressive. And that's not even what I'm talking about. And him scaring, damaging the Source, that's not even what I'm talking about. Even that in itself is absurd. What I'm speaking to actually came from Batman vs. Superman, or Batman vs. Deadpool. And when I was reading this comic, and by the way, let me know if you want me to cover Batman vs. Deadpool. It was actually a really funny story. But in that comic, Joker was explaining the crossover, right? And essentially he said he used this high form of magic that essentially would show him who was similar to him mentally out there in fiction. And it showed Deadpool in the Marvel Universe. And so he did his best to use the Speed Force and the Cosmic Treadmill to reach him, but ultimately, he just went to Reverse Flash. And Reverse Flash did it. That's disgusting. Reverse Flash can casually leave and go to Marvel, okay? Absurd that he was able to do that. Now, you can say, maybe you're trying to argue it's in the same multiverse or whatever. If you argue that, I don't know how you argue that, because both have the completely separate cosmologies, okay? So he would have had to exit the Omniverse and go to the other Omniverse. That's just what it is, okay? Until they bullshit us and explain how two different verses with high outer cosmologies can exist in one multiverse, I think all of us understand how that's inherently an issue. This is absurd. Reverse Flash being able to casually do such a thing is disgusting. And like I said, Reverse Flash has always been terrifying. I mean, he's someone who's always taken on the Justice League's higher tiers. But this basically confirms that DC is essentially not giving a power cap to Reverse Flash. Do I have an issue with that? No. But there can be an issue coming soon, which is if Reverse Flash is this strong and he possesses the mentality that he has, which is hood as fuck. How long until he's too much? Like, how long until they have to kill him? Because he literally will be boloing everybody, okay? It's absurd how high he scales now. It's going to be crazy to see how they implement him moving forward, because I think he's getting a little too strong. The only hope is that Wally is stupidly busted right now, so, I mean, fair one, but regardless, I just think Reverse Flash is stupidly broken right now. I actually think he'd beat the shit out of Thanos if they were to cross each other. I know that's like a popular matchup. I think he's too much for Thanos. The stuff he's doing these days is absurd. But let me know what you guys think. If you agree that the Reverse Flash New Age scaling is horrifying, let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, check out Swamp Thing vs. Spawn. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's been your host, Dr. Splash, and remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.